start the main course, okay, which is going to be the nachos. And we are going to start off.
Hi guys, want to tell you one thing.
No,
the day that you guys made that nachos the first time, and I tasted it. The one thing that I, as a low carber myself, missed a lot is nachos. It was one of my favorite meals as a child, and it's just something that I could never eat. There's just nothing that was low carb enough or even close enough to the real thing.
We get that, yeah.
Yeah, so this nachos, I've been to Spur, to Bossa, to every single restaurant that makes nachos in the last month. And I had so much nachos because it's one thing that there's no low carb option for.
There is nothing. There's nothing out there. There's nothing for you to buy and make at home. So we're going to show you, it's a very complicated chip to make for us from Alpine Deli. We've got the We Love Low Carb flour. But the process is quite involved. It takes a lot of manpower. It starts off with a dough that we make with the We Love Low Carb flour. And we make a lot of it. What is in the flour again, Leandy? I mean, we know, but tell everybody else what's in the amazing flour.
So we make this flour from scratch every single week. We use almonds, macadamia nuts, sunflower seeds, sesame seed, and a bit of oats and vital gluten.
Yeah.
We just mix it all into a flour where normal flour is about 80 gram carbs per 100 gram.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's about 10 gram per 100. It's
that's amazing.
Lower than almond flour. It's lower than coconut flour. So this is the absolute #1 We Love Low Carb flour.
So we took this beautiful flour, we made a dough, we started experimenting, and we used a pasta machine, everything by hand, obviously, but you know, it's a lot of labor intense, but it's a labor of love that we make these ketos. These ones here are a new flavor. We're using a chakalaka spice from Uzizi Spices. Yes. It is absolutely delicious.
It's my favorite new flavor.
And they make nice nachos. I mean, we get them nice and big and tasty and
crispy.
Listen,
and crunchy.
I mean,
yeah, you can't beat them.
It's amazing. So you buy the packet, and Agina's going to show us now how to make an easy nachos dish from scratch, from home.
Okay, so guys, now we're going to show you how to do the meat topping for the nachos. We're going to make spicy Mexican mince. Okay, so we're going to start off, pot, medium heat, a little glove of olive oil. Okay, and then we are going to add our onion, about half a cup of onion. Okay, we're going to get that nice and simmer that a little bit. Then we are going to add our peppers. Red peppers, just...
Okay, then we're going to, because we're making a little bit of a spicy one, we're going to add a little bit of chili. So finely sliced. Yes, we're going to go finely sliced. A little bit of red, a little bit of green. If you can only get green, that's fine. You've got the red pepper.
If you like it hot, throw it all in.
There we go. We're going to go medium because I'm going to be adding some chili flakes as well.
Oh,
so we're just going to sweet that a little bit. And let that go nicely. Turn it up a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of, when I say a little bit,
chili flakes.
Quarter teaspoon chili flakes. We can always add a little bit more. Okay.
You can smell it already, hey? Those chilies, yum. And the onions. And garlic, do you put in as well?
Garlic is next. Nice. So we're going to add about two cloves of garlic or 2 teaspoons. If you like a bit less, add a bit less. If you like a bit more, guys, there's no, you know, if you like a little bit more, add a little bit more. There's no...
Garlic is so good for you as long as it's fresh garlic. Yum.
Then I'm going to add a little bit of coriander seed and cumin seed, about a half a teaspoon each, just to flavor the mince a little bit nicely. Okay. You can use powdered as well. I like the seeds. I kind of like the crunchiness. Or you can crush them in a pestle and mortar if you want to.
Okay, then we're just going to sweat that. It's going nicely. And in
So
about
this
a
is
minute.
how many people is this for, Reg?
This will be
2, 4.
This is about. This is for 4.
4 people.
For 4. Yeah,
Family of 4.
absolutely.
We're
Okay.
very hungry too.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to add my beef mince. I'm going to get that in. Turn that up nicely so that the mince browns nicely. Let's just get that up. Now I'm turning it on high just to get a nice color on the mince.
You like cooking in this kitchen?
I do.
I think it's an amazing kitchen. I mean, everything you need is here, and
For sure. So at this stage, I'm going to add a little bit of my salt to the mince. Add a bit of salt. I'm going to add my black pepper, which I've crushed here in my
nice.
pestle and mortar. Okay, I love my pestle and mortar. It's so nice to crush your seeds and fresh pepper. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of paprika, just to give that nice smoky
nice.
flavor as well. Okay, and already that's smelling really, really nice.
oh, it's making us hungry.
It's been simmering just for about 3 or 4 minutes. So the mince is actually just cooked now.
Yum.
Okay. You want to get it quite high. I go sort of medium to high because you want to get that nice bit of color. Mexican mince nachos with cheese
And our ketos.
with our delicious
Yeah.
ketos. Look at those. I've used the chili ones here, but
No,
you can
those
use.
are actually the.
Oh, they're the chakalaka.
They are the chakalaka from
Okay.
the Susie Spice that we use, the new flavor.
So you
Yum.
could actually use. We've got 4 different flavors. We've got salt and vinegar of the ketos chips.
chili.
The chili. We've got green onion, and we've got
This new one.
and the
Look,
lightly salted.
we even do because we hand cut all of these ketos ourselves. These 2 girls here. So we even do a new
We're so
flavor called
tired.
lightly salted. But you know, it's nice to have a bit of spice in your
Exactly.
life. So we use the Usuzi chakalaka.
So for the nachos, basically, you can use any 3 of our ketos, the lightly salted, the chili, or the chakalaka. So we're going to start off by putting our oven on 170 degrees on fan and grill. You don't want to go more than 170 because these low-carb products, they don't like heat too much, so rather let them go a little bit lower.
Because of the oil content, you know,
Correct.
the natural oils in the flour.
Correct, and we don't want them to burn.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. We are going to use chunky cottage cheese, full fat. We're going to put this thing in the middle of our platter.
This is our take on family nachos. While you're watching TV or even a lunch, even your dinner, you can make
anything.
this.
Lazy
Remember,
night
we've
in.
made this with our other recipe, but this is just a mince mixture
Yeah.
with a nice sauce, a little tomato sauce, your normal bolognese mixture.
Yeah.
That's not too runny or soggy.
Yeah, this is it definitely mustn't be too soft and runny because you don't want to. Nothing worse than eating soggy nachos.
Oh, and what about, like, I have sometimes leftover from our spaghetti bolognese.
course.
You know, I make the spaghetti, low carb noodles with the bolognese, but I've always got this left over.
Then
So
you
this
just
is, like,
add some chili
perfect.
to it and use it.
Exactly. Okay.
So we're going to just drizzle a little bit of our sauce just a tiny little bit, so that the nachos also don't slide all over the show. Okay.
This is the arrabbiata
This is
sauce,
our
yeah.
arrabbiata sauce. Okay. And then we are going to.
Wow.
Like I said, guys, with nachos,
Like an
you can
artist.
make it however you want to. You know, you can get artistic. You can help me, Hannah.
Ach, we're just gonna
Otherwise, we're gonna
plonk it down, right?
Yeah, but we're going to do some
A bit
layers.
yeah.
So we're going to do some
put all
mince.
The ketos aren't all flat, which is adds a little bit of interesting dynamic to
Okay.
it because it'll actually
Okay.
look quite nice on a plate.
There we go. Now we're going to add. Guys, we don't want to put too much. So it's just for a bit of the flavor. Remember, we don't want soggy. We do not want soggy. So we're just going to take some of the mince. I'm a chef. I like to work with my hands a bit. So we're going to drizzle that all over. Then,
That's for some extra protein as well, huh?
Absolutely.
Besides the protein that's in the ketos.
and remember, you can just do plain nachos with cheese. You can do chicken if you want to. So anything, whatever tickles your fancy. Here I've got mozzarella and cheddar mixed. Okay. So we are now going to Sprinkle that all
Lots of cheese though, Reg. Let's
over
do lots
there.
of cheese
Let's do
today.
it. As long as you leave half on top.
Okay. No, I'll leave some.
More.
Yeah, don't worry. That's only layer one.
This
Don't
again
you
is an
worry.
experiment that we've done, you know, because the nachos are sometimes boring. Just nachos with everything dumped on top. This is actually quite a nice, almost like a nachos dip, chip and dip.
Yeah. So now you've got this cottage cheese. No, first the meat. Let me just wash my hands quickly.
Right, let's put some more on there.
Yep.
Wow, this is like a feast. Okay, you do it.
Yeah, don't
I'll taste.
interfere here with my work, sister. Okay, and
this is supposed to be, we said for 4 people, but this is starting to look a bit like 6 people watching the soccer or the
Rugby.
Grand Prix or something like that, or the rugby on a Saturday.
Absolutely. You can go, not how low can you go, it's how high can you go.
Yeah, but you can do small portions if you're worried about everyone dipping in and eating, but
Of course.
you know.
So now I'm just going to drizzle a tiny little bit of this.
Not too much. Eh?
Not
You don't
too
want it
much.
soggy.
That's our sauce. Then we are going to
Nice.
go with the balance. I'm just going to wipe this up a little bit nicely with the balance of our cheese. And I'm actually going to take some of this oregano
Oh yeah.
and I'm going to also put it all over because it just adds such a nice flavor.
Yeah, fresh herbs and especially oregano.
And we are going to add some coriander.
You can also just dry
And
herbs
then
if you
I'm going
have,
to
huh?
put, then I'm going to put
Oh, yum.
the balance of the cheese on top.
All
Now,
of it.
guys, well,
That's
what do
a
you
lot.
think?
No, not that
What
much.
do you think, Leandi?
Everything.
Everything. Let's do it. This is like a nachos cake.
Yeah, the heart of this whole operation is the coach cheese in the middle. You'll see, guys. It's going to melt. The coach cheese is going to melt inside, become soft, and you've got actually like a nachos fondue going on.
Oh my word.
Here.
What's going on here? Look at this.
Amazing. Yeah.
You can make it a wedding cake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's a feast. It's a feast.
Right.
You're gonna pop that in the oven.
This is now going into the oven.
That was preheated to 170.
Correct.
Let me open it for
Thank you, my dear.
Okay. Oh.
And we are going to forget about that for 10 to 15 minutes. Check after 10 minutes, then go back and have a look.
Yes.
Right, so nachos have been in the oven on 170 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. They are now ready.
We kept checking to see how long it takes about, because every ovens are different, you know. You even get gas ovens, you know, people. So that is, oh, wow.
Oh, my Lord.
Smell that, Reg. That is, you can smell the mince, you can smell the cheese.
Oh, my word.
Okay, we're going to have to fight over about this one, huh?
Wow.
I'm coming into the shot.
Yes.
These little
Crispy bits.
The way that they turn kind of black on the spices.
Take a photo, Reg, as well with the
This is
camera.
my favorite pieces.
Okay.
Okay, so what would nachos be without the traditional things? Do you want to grab a couple of them? Just break it off.
I'm just looking
roughly.
at all these little crispy bits here on the outside.
It looks amazing.
Okay, so you've got your.
So I've got some sour cream.
coriander, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's going to go on last. I've got some
Okay.
just a sour cream drizzle. Okay, just to make it look a bit
Oh, it smells amazing.
pretty.
It smells absolutely delish.
Right.
This is for me. Where's yours?
I think this is our
What do
early
you mean?
supper. And
This
then we're
is-
going to take some salsa.
Oh,
and
you
you're just
see.
going to drizzle it.
That's how I like to
You
eat
know,
nachos, actually,
just
Rich,
this-
because it's not like one big chunk of. It's spread out nicely, and you've got the
For sure.
yummy sour cream inside there.
So the salsa, guys, is just basically made tomato, onion,
Yum.
coriander, cucumber, and a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice.
What do you think, Leandi? Are you impressed?
I absolutely love it. I just want to know what you just said. Just say again, what salad dressing did you put on the salad?
Just a little bit, a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice. A tiny little bit.
Makes it more juicy. eh?
Absolutely, and you because there's so much cheese and it's so rich,
On
you
the
need a little bit of
salsa? Oh,
acid
yes.
just to cut through that cheese, and then you can literally
The
you can put the
guacamole
guacamole
was-
wherever you want.
And you,
Guacamole,
how did we make that again? Just
Nice.
lemon
ripe avo,
juice.
lemon juice, and salt and pepper.
You can add chili and
You can add
there's
Tabasco,
you can add anything,
whatever, but it's quite simple. We make a nice chunky one that's not too smooth, but you can also just buy the right.
for sure. If you don't have time, you just buy it.
I like making my own. Yeah,
Of course.
Okay, well look at this. This looks like a Christmas present.
But now, I think you need to get a spoon because we need to
Oh,
see what's
yeah.
happened to this cottage cheese
Oh,
underneath here.
yeah. So this is another experiment. Like we said, we've never done any.
I have never used cottage cheese.
Never ever done cottage cheese. Yeah, well, I can only find a teaspoon in
Okay.
nachos. But, ooh, red. Yeah.
Leandy, you coming to taste?
Okay. No, this is going to be good. This is like,
Come and have a
I'll
taste.
have to go. I'll have to have a taste. And
you want a spoon? You don't need a spoon.
No. I'll use my hands. But didn't I tell you the cottage cheese is the best?
Absolutely.
additive?
This is a first for
Look
me,
at
I have
this.
to be
It
honest.
adds the creaminess. And then you can taste the mince.
Look at this cheese, guys.
Ooh, I'm sorry, but this is now my favorite dish.
I'm making a little
And I mean,
snack.
how many carbs are in here? Hardly any, huh? I mean, our ketos have per bag, they've got 4.6 grams of carb in it. That's
How
about
many
it.
bags- How many bags did you use?
Sorry, I'd say 3. But this is for a big...
For
I
four
mean,
people, 6 people even.
That cannot be more than 20 gram carbs for that whole dish.
That's insane,
yeah.
people.
No,
that is
that's
absolutely
crazy.
insane.
So, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to switch the camera off now because we're just going to dig in here now.
Oh, hang on. No. Before we go,
Okay.
out of 10, what are we scoring this dish?
Well,
I'd say a 12, honestly.
You cannot.
Okay, then it has to be a 10 because
No.
it's just unbelievable.
I think actually more. Well, I score a 10 now, but the more I dig deeper and down, I think it's going to go maybe 12, 13. Rich, can we agree on that one?
Big time.
Yay!
But you know what the surprise is for me that's never used cottage cheese is, cottage cheese has got that bit of a sourish taste and like that nice. It is just
No.
divine.
This is.
I'm
This is
using
gonna
this one
be-
again for sure.
Absolutely, and you can get the recipe. I mean, it's easy. Nice. Well, that was it from us.